Hello, today is the 4th of December 2024. That's interesting. Chimpanzee just jumped out. Chimpanzee is all about doing, and I have been very much doing and trying to, like when you set out in life and you just start creating or trying to create, but you really have no idea what you're doing. And so you're like just like following the breadcrumbs, and then one day you like go, there seems to be a lot of foundational elements missing in what I'm doing. And so here I am. That's been me. The business started in 2016, and I'm currently trying to optimize the website and the my Etsy store. And the next card that jumped out is the lion, which is always all about being courageous and brave in what we're doing, which it really is a bit like that. And if you're a spiritual person yourself, and you're always like, I'm a bit scared to do that, or I'm a bit scared to do this, and putting yourself out there, and yeah, it's all a bit, but sooner or later that leap of faith has to come through, right? And you've just got to do it. But besides all that, what I really wanted to talk about today was like it's honestly been such a phenomenal week in so many different ways, and the energy that's coming through, as I think it's not just the individual anymore. We're looking at that universal mental and emotional and physical aspect of what is shifting. So as Gaia is moving from that 3D to the 5D and everything is elevating, the physical symptoms that we're getting, and this is really what I want to talk about because it's come to my awareness this week through different clients, that some of what I've been experiencing is definitely some of what other people have been experiencing. And in that, it's kind of like that tells me that possibly there's others out there that this awareness needs to come to as well, that you're not alone, that it's not just happening to you, that this is a bigger understanding of what's going on that's essentially purifying and transmuting. So as everything's transmuting, you're being shown like a map of what comes next, what comes next, what comes next. What are you processing at the moment? And the grizzly bear came up. So when we say, what are we processing? We're letting go of all that's been, robbing us of our personal power and taking that away, and what's been controlling us and creating that conflict within that stops us from taking those steps forward. So what was I just talking about here? I've been really drawn into doing all those foundational elements, like the SEO stuff, the filling in all the gaps of about me, when the business started, how, what my mission is and my purpose is here. So again, the grizzly bear in flow is determination and clarity, and that's essentially what I'm seeing. So okay, let's talk about some of these symptoms. What I've been seeing and understanding, my dreams. My dreams have been next level. This last couple of weeks, I've literally been writing every morning, like I'm waking up, and because I type in I type in a digital diary, so I get my iPad and I'm laying there still with my eyes closed, and I'm like, oh, trying to remember every detail of my dreams and then interpreting those dreams. And as I'm interpreting them and looking at the symbolism of even the smallest things that you would just otherwise go, that's just ridiculous. There's no way that means anything. But it actually does. Every single thing does mean something. And it's been so curious. Here's a chameleon showing us how the dreams are our path to that transformation, letting go. It's showing us what is dysfunctional and controlling and allowing us to let it go so we can become expansive, so we can find more mental clarity and heal in the path forward. So this is air symbol, this is earth symbol. And so the chameleon is, I just love the way it works. So anyway, the dreams, one of the biggest themes in my dreams this last couple of weeks has been ex people in my life. People that, when you try to move forward and you let go of situations, you let go of people, friendships, of ideals, patterns. I don't know, they seem to be the theme, especially people keep coming up that are no longer in my life. But I think they're clues as to, perhaps there's still threads or imprints. There's that, something out there within the subconscious mind that is still connected to that there hasn't been this full resolution from. So we've walked away, but perhaps there's a deeper aspect to that. And so really looking at, well, what else is there? And is that connected even through another person that you need to consciously go then, okay, I can see with that person, I was also very involved with this person, this person, and this person. So perhaps those entanglements need to be recognized so they can fully release and let go, consciously let go, rather than just sitting there in the background and still in some aspects tying you back to that and triggering. And I think that's really important. The other aspect or way to look at it would be that these things are showing up in the dreams because they represent or symbolize something. So if a certain person symbolizes a specific emotion or attitude or belief structure in you, then I guess that would be what you're focusing on. Another interesting thing that I've really been working through this week, which seems to be getting better, thankfully, but it was almost like my feet were arthritic. And I woke up the other night and my feet were just so painful. It was ridiculous. Like I've never, well, not since I healed from fibro and chronic fatigue. I haven't had issues with my feet at all. And yet walking up and down the stairs over the last week or so has almost been troublesome. And it seemed to come from nowhere. And as I was like looking at that, and again, it woke me in the middle of the night. So I was just feeling into it and feeling down and down and down and into those energy systems. And it was like the chakra network, those minor chakras, those pearlescent chakras, everything that's connecting through the feet, that just seemed insufficient. It seemed shriveled almost. And my theory behind this is that the earth and the planet energy is elevating so fast, and we're working on our energy so fast that the basically my system, my energy system of connecting back into the earth needed to be updated. So I was calling in teams in spirit and asking for those light code upgrades and to replenish the life force within my chakra networks and energy systems for what I was grounding into and through. And I mention that because there is someone else that I was talking to that was also experiencing something similar. So it just makes me wonder that, perhaps there's other things that are other people that are also possibly experiencing this. It's a camel card. In perfect timing, the camel is all about holding safe what is ours until we're ready to claim it. And so here I am saying that it's not working anymore, that we need to level up. I'm asking for the light codes, and that's exactly what the camel does. When we're ready to receive those parts of ourselves, the camel brings forth that for us. It's the guardianship of everything until we're ready. In challenge, it's being affected and influenced. So if you're not looking at your body and going, oh, I'm experiencing that, or I'm experiencing that, and you're just going, oh, that's just because of, and owning some illness, then that is essentially, well, you're owning it. If you own it, then it's yours. But if you choose to see it as a clue as to what's going on in your body, then it gives you the tools to be able to let it go as well. And that can sometimes be a bit of a dynamic issue of, like, if you're not super intuitive and aware, then it's really about feeling into that and just trusting that if you call in the right guides and right teams, which is essentially those in love purity. I call in my teams in spirit, in love purity. I'm putting myself in a beautiful crystalline bubble full of the most wonderful colors to activate every cell of my body, to activate through the energy bodies of all timelines. I choose to be healed from whatever is creating this pain. You don't have to specifically know what it is. You just have to choose to not own it anymore. And I think that's really important, because when you're in pain, you can get really lost and bogged down in it as well. Everything becomes overwhelming. Everything is harder. The brain fog can make you really spiral. The sensory overwhelm can be very impactive. And then the sloth tells us that we need to be patient. We need to reflect, let go of what is blinding and blocking you from seeing. It's by that ability to step back and take a moment and really reflect that you're going to start recognizing that it's not normal, that it's a clue. Everything we experience in life is a clue. And I think that is one of the biggest lessons I learned coming out of deep, ongoing chronic illness was that everything I'm experiencing is a clue. Why am I experiencing it? What is it connected to? In what, like, yeah, I can see it now, but back then I couldn't see it. And so all I focused on was learning how to become reflective. I started writing, I started grounding, I started learning about my chakras. I started learning how to breathe properly because when you breathe properly, then you give your cells oxygen. And when your cells are oxygenated, then they can function more fully. All these things are really important. There's a lot of little steps, but the animals, this deck, this was for me that they showed me the path to healing because once I started becoming aware and then I started connecting, the animals were just coming through and they were undeniable in how they were coming through and they channeled this information to me and they showed me the way forward. Like it's hard to understand, it's hard to express, but these this this came from my healing journey, and that's what I wanted to bring to everyone else. That is undeniably the truth in my soul mission, I guess. The tools of spirit to help you be empowered and to grow. Anyway, I have talked way too much for today. Have a beautiful day. Next week, this time next week, I'll be, I might be landed by now, but I'll be on my way to Australia. Very excited. And let's see what the life down under offers for a few weeks, shall we? Yay. I'll be able to take off these jackets. Yeah. Anyway, blessings, much love, and bye for now.